Welcome back, friends. This is the show where we pretend we're making a Metroid comic officially for money, but in reality we're doing it unofficially for no money. Just summed up the life of an indie comic artist. Hey, alright, so last time I said I was going to immediately be moving on to doing cleanups and inks on my now completed turnaround. Completely forgetting that in order to complete a turnaround, you need to actually complete the turnaround. So I didn't do a rear view on the model, so we need to do that. As you can see, I'm out of room on the page, which when you're working on a digital canvas is not really a big deal. I could just make it bigger. But in the interest of not slowing down the saving process, etc., as the guy, I work at 600 DPI. This is already an 11 by 17 canvas. If I make it too much bigger, the more work I do on this, the slower it's going to get to do like saving and stuff like that. So what I'm actually going to do, because I need room at the bottom as well, I'm going to make this smaller so that I can fit my row across the top of Samurai, if you will. And I'm going to try to position myself in such a fashion that I don't hurt my shoulder again. So to do the rear view, we're going to take the front view. Copy paste. And because this is... move myself just a little bit. I'm still getting used to my new setup. It's been a couple of weeks now, but I'm still not 100% used to it. Considering I worked with my old one for nearly a decade, you can see why it would take a little bit of adjustment. In any case, taking my front view and flipping it. Now, the one thing that I've done here is just ruin all of my guides. But I don't really need them anymore, so it's going to be okay. I can eyeball this. So Samus will keep roughly the same silhouette forwards and backwards. Obviously, just all the features are going to change. So I've maintained the silhouette, and now I'm just going to do a light erase on everything. You will frequently on this show hear me talk about the late great Wally Wood. Should check to make sure he's actually dead. Oh wow, 1981. He passed away. That's a long time ago. I thought it was more recent than that. In any case, Wally Wood, fantastic cartoonist. And somebody who essentially lived by the credo of they don't pay me enough to do this crap. But he is somebody who I often look to when I'm thinking about my workflow. And there's a very famous quote that essentially said, never draw what you can trace, never trace what you can copy. Sorry, never draw what you can copy, never copy what you can trace, and never trace what you can cut and paste. And especially when you are working digitally, Wally Wood would have loved digital art. You're working with your own stuff. There's really, other than to flex, there's really no reason for me to draw this front view silhouette again for the back. Again, we're just demonstrating that we have knowledge of the costume and we have knowledge of the entire figure, and we want to create a blueprint for ourselves in the future of the comic and the character. So I know that I can draw Samus from the back, from scratch, from imagination, even without having to do this, but it saves me a lot of time and effort and a lot of Sprain on the old shoulder. If I just do, quick copy of the silhouette and then fill in the details. So now that I've said that, I'm going to do a horrible job of filling in the details and just really show you how bad I am at this. Alright, so there's a couple of things that I need to figure out about what the back of the costume looks like. And luckily I can reference what work I've already done. I've talked a bit here and there about how much I like Samus's little jetpack. So that's an important feature. Some of this stuff will get cleaned up as we go. I love the S-curve shape of the body. It's a very sleek and just cool. I'm trying to think of what the correct word I'm looking for here is, but it's solid, right? And so how are we going to communicate kind of the tight solidity of this S-curve, almost like a question mark in a lot of ways, body shape in the forward and the back view where you can't see kind of the curve of the spine? And the answers would do it with shading and with lighting. So see some of that in the sketch, see more of that in the cleanup, but that is something we want to look to preserve because 90% of comics is drawing butts. That's just the way it is. This area in here is going to be shaded in my really crude butt that I've drawn here. Figuring out the way the suit connects, right, in a lot of ways. So kind of like a typical butt curve might go out like that. We actually need to do kind of the opposite here because we've really established the shape of the thigh and the way that armor kind of sits. So gotta maintain that. So that kind of curves in. Comics is really something else. They say 90% of comics is drawing butts, and that's a joke. It's really more like 95. I gotta remember my ankle circle. Get to a point now where we kind of have a lot of things to keep track of. There's a differentiation between the front of the foot and the back of the foot that has not been established in this forward and back that we're going to need to establish. Just continues to go to show, like how important it is to do a turnaround like this. Because there are issues that you are not even going to realize necessarily until you start to work on it. I got to make sure that the top of the hip is consistent. Alright, this is going to chunk out a little bit, and we're going to come through and fix it with an eraser in a bit. Just imagining what a pain in the ass it would have been to do this from scratch. That's another important comics lesson is you're gonna need to figure out ways to speed up your workflow just to stay on top of it. because it's a medium that is painfully slow in a lot of ways, and yet the demand is very the demand vastly outpaces the ability to do the work. All right, solid butt start today. Further butt work tomorrow. There's an episode title for you. And, check out all my links in the description. I really appreciate all your support. I turned around and the channel had I swear to God, the channel had 18 subscribers last week, and now we're almost at 100, which is awesome. And thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for experiencing all this weird stuff with me. Check out all the links in the description, like I just said. Like, comment, subscribe, all that nonsense. Hit the little bell button so you know when I post new videos. All your support is greatly appreciated, and it makes me feel really good. So I appreciate that. I hope you got something out of today's video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.